let's try this.
Alright, so we've got we've got two camera angles set up. One up here, low night vision, and one down here, regular vision.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, ready? Red door, any other colour door.
It's bedtime. Patience. For the teenagers. It's your first day at high school. Before adults, you know. Cool. I guess that's high school tomorrow. Hell yeah. My first day at high school again. Oh man. Hell yeah. My first day at high school. Good night. Good night. Time to get up. It's like 5 in the morning. Hell yeah. Oh man. Can't believe I'm going to the high school down here. Like in the mental part. Like, you know, there's the mental hospital and then there's the school crush from it. Like a part of, you know, the mental hospital. Hell yeah, boy. I can't believe you know, finally. You know what I mean? Can't believe I'm finally in high school again.
Red door, yellow door, any other colour door. 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 What do you see?
Oh, I don't know that I'm in a trance, but I feel like I can picture myself in a long corridor. It's like a hotel.
A hotel?
Yeah.
You can see all of the rooms.
Well, I can't see the rooms. I just see like the doors. Like it's really.
What colours?
Long.
What colour's the carpet?
It's a white kind of red almost. It's really, everything looks like that red brown.
A fancy hotel or a shitty hotel?
It looks like it used to be fancy, but you know, it's a bit old.
What else do you see?
I just see lots of hotel room doors. It's just a long corridor, really long.
Can't see the end?
I can't really see the end now, it just keeps going.
We'll start walking down the corridor.
Okay.
Is there anything in the corridor other than doors?
Not really. I mean, there's like old carpet and just like these brown wooden doors. That's it. They all look the same. They're
Are there
not.
numbers on the doors or are they just door after door?
I just don't see numbers, no. It's just weird because it's like I'm in a hotel, like some really old hotel.
What colour are the doors?
They're like a wood, is mahogany a colour?
Sure. Have you been here before?
I don't know. I feel like maybe we have. Not, I mean, just looks like a lot of old shabby hotels we've stayed at.
stayed in lots of them. Keep walking down.
Okay, so we all know by now that social media is far from perfect. Our data...
Alright, what I want you to do is stop at a door, any door that you choose.
Okay.
And when you walk up to the door, now I want you to go inside the door, try to open it. Doesn't unlock.
Open.
So walk inside, close the door behind you.
It's a bit dark. Okay.
Just close the door again.
Okay, close.
There's no lights around you. Can you see anything?
I can just see it's very dark.
What can you see?
It's like a tunnel, I guess.
Like, what type of tunnel? Like a road tunnel or?
Well, it feels like it's underground, there's not much light. And it's just like, I don't know, stone or something.
Okay, so you're underground. It's dark. Start walking down the tunnel.
Okay.
And tell me what you see along the way.
I see rocks. And it's not like sand, almost like dust on the floor.
Does the tunnel bend? Does it wind?
It actually feels like it's going deeper, like downwards.
So you're in a slant?
Yeah, it's not very tall and down.
Do you feel like you've been here before?
Maybe it kind of looks like the catacombs, like some parts of the catacombs.
Paris catacombs?
Yeah, it's like I'm in the Paris catacombs.
Do you feel scared?
I guess I feel like I don't see anything except tunnel. I don't know where I am. And if I think about it, that was our scariest, that's the biggest fear going down there, is you get lost.
Do you see a man?
I didn't. And now I do, because you just said that.
Okay, unsee the man.
I don't know that I can unsee the man now.
Okay, we'll keep looking at the man. Is he facing you or is he facing away from you?
He's looking at me, yeah. He's got suit on.
Business suit?
Yeah, black and white suit. He doesn't have a face.
He doesn't have a face.
No.
Is it because it's dark?
I can't really see, but he doesn't have features.
So it's like a silhouette?
He's like I don't know, he's got a white head.
It's not a white head?
Yeah, just
Like a pimple? Or
what the
okay, so
just like a smooth, no features.
okay, it's got no features. Okay. Walk up to the man a bit closer.
Okay.
See any features now? A bit closer. Touch him. On the shoulder. Why not?
Don't kill me.
As I said, maybe you just missed off you alone.
Okay.
Tap him on the shoulder.
Okay.
What did he do?
Nothing.
He's not moving at all.
It's like a dummy or something. I don't know.
Is he a mannequin?
No.
So he's just standing there.
Yeah.
Okay. Walk around the man
Okay.
and keep walking ahead.
Okay.
Walk about 10 to 15 metres and stop.
Okay.
Now turn around. What do you see?
I don't know. I just see black now.
So he's gone.
Yeah.
And you just stop.
Mhm.
And when you've got to find something small around you, something that you can hold in the palm of your hand, anything,
Okay.
what is it that you found?
Just a white rock.
A white rock.
Mhm.
Pick up the white rock and put it in your hand.
Mhm.
Now I want you to put your other hand on top of it.
Oh shit, I guess I have to go to my first class for today. It's a bit weird they build it like this. see here glass. It's a bit weird they build it like this. But oh well. Okay, so no, this must be the cafeteria. So, but this one, okay. Okay, so it's classroom. Yeah, this classroom, okay. Today, students, we class dismissed. Cool. Nah, I'm lagging. Why not? Fuck school. Don't mind some classes, but some classes I do mind. Like, I hate some classes I like, some classes I don't. So, yeah. It all depends on the class.
Squeeze it as hard as you can.
Okay.
Then open your hands. What did you see?
White rock.
Ah, that didn't work.
Well, I thought, were you trying to make me bring a rock out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like in A Nightmare on Elm Street, Nancy brings out the Freddy Krueger hat.
Sort of, yeah.
Hello there? Hello? Listen to me.
Alright guys, so we survived red door, yellow door. Now, what most of you haven't seen is we actually did 2 rounds. So I put Jared under the trance, but you're not going to see it in this video. I'm only going to share that one with my YouTube members and patrons. Reason being is I have no idea how I'm going to edit that. Like what Jared, what you thought was weird.
Yeah.
And the
Of if it's generic enough, you're bound to find it no matter where you are. Is that, or is there something else going on that's paranormal or unexplained?
check this, right? We haven't even started our journey yet, and I'm already really, like, impressed. Roseview House is a property that is part of Tasmania's notorious Port Arthur. Port Arthur is a 19th century penal settlement and prison which boasts much of Australia's early convict history and is thought by many to be the most haunted place in Australia. Roseview House has managed to gain itself a reputation for being extremely scary and haunted. So far tonight, it hasn't failed to disappoint us. I have just heard some noises coming from the house and it looks like there might be a bit of light inside. I hope that's not supposed to be holding something together. What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, something hissed.
Death has previously occurred within this house, and it is thought to be haunted by a lady named Alice and a young male child. There are also many people who fear the house and believe it could contain something even darker. For this reason, we will continue our paranormal investigation to see what other activity we can uncover.
I don't know, just a bang. Just want to go and have a look. Bang! Oh yeah, just like a... I don't know. Like something being moved, you know? It's probably just this old creaky house, but...
Okay guys, so this door, Mum just cut the camera and this door is closed on its own.
As soon as we walked out, it just shut up.
You know what?
So you walked through this doorway.
Yeah.
On the way this way to our staff, right? And when you walked through, the door was open.
Yeah.
But I did hear a little knock. Like you must have just hit that with your jacket.
Fine, well you do it. You do it. You just knock it.
Well, I'm just saying.
Knock it and then walk.
I did hear it.
Yeah.
So maybe you just knocked it just enough.
And then walk to me and see what it does. It's not doing it.
Well, I know, but if it just had just enough, like maybe. I'm gonna try and debug this stuff. Plus, we missed it on camera, so I don't even know if I'll include this in the video. So if it gets to that point, you did knock it,
It's just going to show.
but just listen to this noise, guys. Is that fucking kettle boiling?
State of survival. Play now.
Keep recording. What is it?
There must be something in here, like. I don't know what that could be. Like it seems like everything's been disconnected in here and stuff, but maybe they still have some kind of gas heating or something. I thought it was like a kettle boiling or like an electric kettle. But before that set off, I heard a noise too. It could be correlated.
It wasn't Emmy. It was as if her face had been mixed in with the face of someone else, as if someone else was pretending to be her. In a voice that didn't sound human, she whispered, "I want to know how." I don't remember what happened after that. I think I passed out. When I woke up, it was morning. Yoko was lying on the futon beside me, but on the bed, there was just a discarded pair of pajamas. There was no sign of Emmy anywhere. We ran downstairs, but the house was empty. We were really freaked out, and the events of the night before were fresh on our minds. Yoko and I grabbed our bags and left as soon as we could. We tried calling Emmy on her mobile, but it was out of range. We tried again and again that afternoon, but it was always out of range. Later that evening, we called her home phone, and her mom answered. She didn't know where Emmy was either. Yoko and I became more and more scared. We texted all of her friends, but none of them had heard from Emmy. It was as if she dropped off the face of the earth. Emmy's parents went to the police and filed a missing persons report, and they started a search for Emmy. Most people thought that she'd just run away from home. Nobody could find any trace of her. The police came to question myself and Yoko, but there was nothing much that we could tell them. We both knew that Emmy didn't run away from home. One day, Yoko came over to my house. We got on my laptop and searched the internet for the scary website Emmy had been reading. With trembling fingers, Yoko clicked on that link. A notice came up on the screen. "This story has been removed," it read. "Do not try to find it. It is too dangerous." We searched through the website, but we couldn't find it. Ever since then, I've had trouble sleeping. I'm scared even when I wake up. Who knows if I'll still be here.
Hey boss, what's going on? Wait, what? I'm fired? What did I do? No! Impossible.
My name is Kyle. I'm 24 years old, and this story happened to me only recently. One night I spent around 45 minutes to an hour tossing and turning in bed trying to get sleep. I eventually gave up and got up to go to the living room. I laid down on the couch and started flicking through television channels. Eventually I stumbled across a documentary about the dark web. After 10 minutes of watching it, I went from laid down on the couch feeling groggy and tired, just sat up and hooked on the documentary. From that point for the next week or so, I spent a lot of time looking up things on the dark web, watching videos on YouTube about it, reading articles online, and if I can watch TV shows about it. Eventually, I wanted to visit the dark web myself. I have a friend who is a computer wizard, and I know he has visited the dark web at least a few times. So one night I asked him to come around and help me get it set up. He installed the Tor browser in my computer, told me how to access the dark web, and what sites to avoid. Every day for almost a week I went on the dark web and explored all the dark and gritty parts of the internet. The one thing I never did on the dark web, however, was interact with anything. What I mean by this is, I never bought anything. I never messaged anyone or anything like that. I only observed. One thing my friend told me was, always turn your webcam away or cover it with something, which I always did. I live across the country for my work, so I often use a webcam to Skype with family and friends. One night I finished Skyping with my parents, then went on the dark web. I was visiting a website that sold weapons such as knives, guns, explosives, and other things, along with hard drugs. I was scrolling down the site just seeing what was being sold when I heard something. I couldn't make out what it was at first. It sounded like a voice saying something. I stopped what I was doing to listen more closely, and then I heard in a distorted, deep voice say, "I can see you." I instantly looked at my webcam and realized I forgot to turn it off and turn it away. I turned off my webcam and went to close down the site I was looking at, but my mouse froze. I couldn't move it. I started pressing buttons on my keyboard, but my computer wasn't responding to any of it. The voice then said, "Let's see what you're looking at." Then the site started scrolling down and clicking on items on the site. Whoever this guy was now controlling my computer remotely. I still didn't say anything. I was too afraid, thinking the guy would hear me. The man then said, "You know what? I will buy these items for you, my friend." He then started clicking and purchasing things like guns and drugs of all sorts. At that point I shouted, "Please stop. I don't want anything." The man replied, "Are you sure?" while letting out a sinister laugh. I then replied, "Sneak attack." There were bangings on the door.
Hey guys, it's Brittany, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're brand new, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell. I upload every single week, numerous times a week, every single week. Now, today's video, guys, okay, I have been asked mainly this week to talk about what this video is about, the Blue Whale Challenge. This is not just a challenge. I'm actually really mad right now as I film this, and I'm mad because of this challenge. It's not a challenge, and I want to bring awareness to my channel about this. This Blue Whale Challenge has recently resurfaced. These are actual people, actual kids, taking their own lives because of someone online who has control over them, who they think has control over them, who is threatening them with certain things. And if you don't do what they do, what they tell you to do, they're going to threaten you with posting something that is super personal to you, or make you think as if there's something super personal to you that they're going to leak to the internet. This challenge, when this person approaches you, it lasts for 50 days. 50 days, and at the end of the 50 days, it ends with you taking your own life. It is absolutely, like, okay, I'm really just filming this video and winging everything that is coming to me. Usually I have everything organized and what I want to, you know, make points and make point forms of what I want to cover. But this is all just coming to my head. So when this person approaches you through the DMs, this could be on your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, whatever social media platform you have, this person can reach out to you and will give you these specific 50 tasks for 50 days. And when this starts out, the tasks seem pretty normal, like watching your favorite horror movie, waking up at a certain time. But then as the days go on, these tasks get worse and worse, and by the end of it, the very last task is...
I guess it's time to go across. Good morning, class. Class dismissed. Give me a second.
take your own life. And there have been cases with kids that have gone through with it, which is absolutely sickening. I don't understand how this person behind it all, or people behind it all, are not arrested. I don't quite understand it. A lot of you guys that watch me are kids. And the world that we live in today, we are constantly online. We are constantly communicating with strangers. Constantly. I'm talking to strangers every single day. But I am a grown woman. You know what I mean? But still, I have to be aware of what's happening. Now, kids are mainly the target for any person out there that is trying to find someone who's vulnerable, someone who will attempt this blue whale challenge or attempt anything. Children are the main focus for these kind of people. So that's why I am making this video, to bring awareness to the children that watch me. Even if you're a teenager, whatever, there's people that will slide into your DMs and you can't trust them. There's certain things to look for. I'm just saying that you really got to be careful with who you are talking to online. It's so weird, when I grew up, I was always told, just like everybody else, do not talk to strangers. Don't do this, don't do that. And now we're living in a world where talking online to random people is the norm. I mean, there's now Uber. We have strangers picking us up from our homes and taking us to a destination. We have strangers picking us up from a destination and bringing us back home. We have strangers delivering food to our homes. There's Uber Eats, there's Postmates. We have strangers delivering groceries to our homes. We are talking to strangers constantly online, and that is a part of what I do. I am constantly talking to people that I've never even met in real life, and all the people that are in my life in real life today are people that I've met online. All of my relationships, my friendships, like everybody I've met online. That is the world that we live in. It is normal. If you are putting yourself online, it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter how many followers you get. There will be random people, random creepers that will slide into your DMs, liking your pictures, commenting on your pictures. It doesn't matter. They will come on in. And this person or people, whatever, it doesn't even matter. I don't even know what blue whale challenge means. I don't know the definition behind the blue whale. I don't want to know. But, this challenge leads to people cutting a whale into their arms and just making kids do really awful things like self-harming themselves and just, the victims of this challenge, I don't even want to say challenge though, because it's not a challenge, and like I say, I do challenges on my channel all the time, but it's never putting me in a place where I'm going to take my own life or I'm going to do something life-threatening. Yeah, what I do can be dangerous, I go to haunted places by myself, but when I do go to haunted places by myself, I'm always aware of my surroundings, and I never leave the hotel, because usually it's a hotel that I'm staying at when I go to haunted places by myself. I never leave, when I am by myself. Random Nautica, Random Nautica, the Random Nautica app, that app is sketchy AF. It is, guys, and if you want to check out my video I didn't even complete it because I freaked myself out. So many people using that app have been led to the weirdest stuff. I have friends who have even tried it, and they've been led to the weirdest stuff. That app is so sketchy, and I really think, people who are going to do it, because I can't stop you, but the people who are doing the Random Nautica app, you don't, and like I said in my video, you don't know what is waiting for you at the end of that destination, where these coordinates are taking you. You don't know what's at the end of this destination. What if it's a human being that wants to kill you? Seriously. Just with technology today, it's very scary. Yeah, there's a beautiful part to it. All my friends are from YouTube and people that I've met online, and these are like lifelong friendships, and everyone in my life today is somebody that I met online, and that's just the norm. That's just how it is, So on my phone right now, I actually have the article about the person that created this blue whale effed up thing back in 2013. So it says it is believed to have originated in 2013 from a 21-year-old psychology student who was expelled from his university. The student claimed that he invented the game with the intention of cleansing society by pushing those individuals to take their own lives, taking their own lives whom he deemed as having no value. And this all started in Russia. So there's been, how old is this? There's been over 100 lives that have been taken because of this game. While it's still considered to be a myth, there has been strong evidence across the internet leading back to the challenge. Most notably, reports coming out of India and Russia have brought this issue to light. The fear is that this game will continue to spread and grow, eventually making its way into the United States if it hasn't already. It has, though, has it not? I'm just reading exactly from this article. How does the game work? The game starts out as between the administrator and the participant/victim. Each day, the administrator will set up a different task for the participant to do. The daily tasks start off fairly easy, listening to certain genres of music, to watching horror-style movies. As the days go on, the tasks grow increasingly difficult, such as staying up until all hours of the night to mutilating the skin along with carving the whale symbol onto their arm. The final task and end to the game is the person taking their own life. I don't understand how the administrators, I mean, okay, I haven't looked deep dived so much into the cases, but has anyone been arrested? I'm gonna look that up right now. There's evil in this world, and I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. I don't understand why people just can't be a decent human. Be nice. Be kind. I really just don't understand people's mentalities. I don't understand why people have so much hatred in their, like, I don't want to go off on a rampage. There's a lot of children out there who will be approached by these administrators or any type of cyberbully, and they will not tell their parents or an adult around them, their guardian. They will not tell them out of fear. So what I'm trying to say is, if somebody is telling you to hurt yourself, to do anything that makes you uncomfortable. First of all, if someone is telling you to do anything, I'm not searching for vulnerable people. They are searching for people who feel so low at life. They are searching for people who have depression, people who already have thoughts, dark thoughts of taking their own lives. And that is who they go after, because those are the targets. Because they want someone feeling so low, someone who has such a higher chance at actually following through with this entire challenge. You know, they go after people who want to feel a part of someone, or a part of something, someone who is so depressed and being invited into this challenge and feel, you know what I mean? But these creeps, these freaks, these effed up, I'm not even gonna call them human beings, they will come after adults as well. But children are the target. Children are innocent. Children are more trusting of people. And guys, you can't always trust people that you talk to online, because you don't know what their motive is. You don't know what their intention is. It could be a catfish as well. They're posing as a child. Like, maybe if you're 13 years old, you think you're talking to scare people, but if you're 13 years old, you think you're talking to this really cool 13-year-old girl, and you guys have so much in common, but really, that person who's pretending to be a 13-year-old is actually like a 55-year-old man, just so they can talk to you. Really, and that is the reality. I'm not trying to scare people, but in a sense, this is...
Oh, shit. school time.